believed in you. He trusted you. Why'd you give up that shield?
I did what I thought was right. The legacy of that shield is complicated. I am Captain America.
I know all he has to do.
A word of advice then. Stay the hell out of my way. We bled for this country. Shield or no shield, I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it. We don't want anyone else to get hurt. You don't want to do this?
Yeah, we do.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Falcon and the Winter Soldier breakdown. So I'm going to break down the past few trailers and promos, I guess, that we've gotten for the last two episodes, because this is a mid-season trailer, as you can see. And so anyway, let's get into it, because we got lots of details to go over. Now, the first topic I want to talk about is Isaiah Bradley. So Isaiah Bradley is going to be involved because obviously this is new footage. Obviously Sam and Bucky, they go back to his house, and most likely they ask him for help because, first of all, Isaiah is literally the key to all the super soldier serum and how it got resurrected or brought back. Basically, Isaiah's blood was taken from Wilfred Nagel. If you remember from episode 3, he used the blood from Nagel to create super soldier serum. He made 20 vials, but then those vials were stolen by Carly Morgenthau, and then after that, the Flag Smashers, they used them. And then once they used them, one of them was taken by John Walker. So when you think about it, all the super soldier serum now in this series comes from, all of it comes specifically from Isaiah. And then now the next part I want to talk about is Walker's trial. This is obviously a courtroom trial, and also one detail that I did miss is that there's actually a cast right here, which means that in that beginning scene that where we see where Walker's confronted by Falcon and Bucky, or the Winter Soldier, whatever, there's probably going to be a fight, and they're probably going to break Walker's arm because there's a cast in there, and Walker's probably going to be trialed for what he did to Nico and that one Flag Smasher, because obviously because of what he did, he's obviously going to be trialed for obviously his crime. And the difference here is that this is not going to be a standard trial that like you see on TV. This is going to be like a military trial. John Walker did not commit like a crime; he committed a war crime. So that's obviously going to mean that what's called the implications are going to be way worse. But unfortunately, Walker gets off the hook pretty easily, which is not good. Also, I think someone pointed this out somewhere, but if you notice the shield that Walker has right here, Walker did get off the hook specifically, but notice how the shield is more cracked. If you notice, you can see the shield, it's more cracked. If you see the shield, it's actually cracked right there, which is not on the original. So I think Walker, either two things happen. There's a promo scene where Bucky smashes his vibranium arm onto Walker's shield. Well, actually not his, it's Steve's shield. On the shield. So that the crack could come from that, but I don't think of that could be possible. There's also another scene, there's also another possibility where maybe just Walker gets a new shield, but instead of becoming Captain America, he gets U.S. Agent, which is his title in the comics, the dark version of Captain America. So, yeah. There's probably going to be a funeral for Lamar Hoskins because he did save Walker's life. So, yeah. Yeah, obviously there has to be some sort of funeral. Closure on his character. When Walker says this line where he says, "Stay out of my way," he's actually doing the opposite of what he said. I pointed this out somewhere else. I can't remember where. But he did point this out somewhere because if you remember, Walker did not really know. In episode 3, he was kind of stuck on a lead. So then he suggested to Lamar that he suggested, why don't we just follow what they're doing, and then they'll find a lead. And then that's how they ended up running into them. But yeah. Now, about the Wakanda part of this trailer, I know we already saw some of this stuff mostly. We already saw like a lot of this. This is like from the Flag Smasher. This is the Flag Smashers. By the way, I want to briefly talk about them because of what Walker did in episode 4. So obviously, thanks to Walker now, more people are going to join the Flag Smashers, and now people are going to start really hating against him now. Like, I can imagine there's going to be a lot of people against Walker, especially those who are supportive of the Flag Smashers. And you can imagine that one German guy who spat out, who was literally spitting in Walker's face. You can imagine he's going to probably sue him too. But yeah, anyway, more people are definitely going to join the Flag Smashers side now because of what he did. The only problem is now what Zemo said is going to be right. Nothing will stop until you escalate. It's either you kill her or she kills you, which is probably what's going to happen, and that's unfortunate. Really unfortunate. This is probably the scene where Sam talks with, I believe it's Sarah, probably, or Bucky. Yeah, this is probably Sarah, because Sarah has been trying to stop Sam from, like, doing all this stuff. She's like Pepper Potts, but, like, for Sam, but, like, his sister instead of, like, his actual wife. But yeah, anyway, yeah, because, and this is probably in Louisiana, probably. I think what's gonna happen is that after Sarah got that horrifying call from Carly, Sam is going to go back to Louisiana with Bucky to make sure that, like, everything's all right, and stuff like that, and also train with the Shield. So basically, it's doing two things at once, which is better. Anyway, so yeah, we get more footage of this, and actually we saw this already, but yeah, Carly kicks the Shield. Then we see this. Now, this scene where Walker is in regret, this is what he did, and he probably ran into like a near warehouse, because you can imagine once people finish up that recording of what Walker did, you can imagine once the recording of what Walker did was finished, everybody was literally dialing 911 on their phones and then waiting for the authorities. So he probably hid in some sort of warehouse, and then Sam and Bucky, they followed him, and then once they ended up following him, they asked him to give him the shield, and here's why. You can tell that this is right after episode 4, because if you notice, Walker still has that injury on his ear. He also still has his beard. He hasn't really shaved it yet. And if you notice, you can also see some of the bruises that Bucky got from his fight with the Flag Smashers. Because remember, we had like 3 fight scenes in episode 4. So you can imagine that, like, if this happened right after that, you can imagine the bruises are still on them. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Now, I want to briefly talk about who I think the power broker is and that cameo that the writer said. I think that the cameo for episode 5, because, okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the writer for the show said that there's going to be a cameo in episode 5, and he specifically gave these details. Number one, this character is grounded, which means that, like, it cannot be someone like Thor, Captain Marvel, or somebody who's, like, way too powerful. Obviously, it's like a street smart hero. Anyway, so just like this show. So obviously it makes sense for whoever this character is to show up. Also, this character may be new. That's the other thing. I'm not sure if the character's new, but they might be new. And then the third thing about it is that also this character would be amazing to pair up with Thor. So, yeah. That does not leave many options. A lot of people have been saying Groot for some reason because he's grounded, obviously. I swear, the corny jokes. Anyway, but I think that the cameo could be 2 people. If it's new, if this character is actually new, then I think it might actually be Kamala Khan, a.k.a. Miss Marvel, from, because she's going to show up in Falcon and Winter Soldier. And she's also played by Iman Vellani, who is like a new actress also. And yeah, so she's already casted in her role, and they're probably filming that right now as we speak. Anyway, the reason why I think it might be Kamala Khan is because a few months ago, I didn't really mention this at all, but there was an actress who claimed that she got the role for Miss Marvel. But of course she didn't, because Iman got it. So what ended up happening was she leaked the actual script for Miss Marvel, and it was like covered up and stuff, but you could see some actual words on that. And what's really funny is that you can't actually find her account now, like her Instagram account, and it's kind of shocking. So yeah, because obviously this is the lesson here, kids, is to never fight off against the huge Disney empire, obviously, because now Disney probably sued her, and now her account cannot be found. If you search up her account, you can't even find it, and yeah, so it's actually kind of shocking. Anyway. So yeah, she leaked the script, and in that little script, there was mention of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So what's weird is that now there might be a possibility now. Also, in the comics, Kamala Khan lives in New Jersey, so obviously, if she does live, I know that in WandaVision was set mostly in New Jersey, but if you remember, we did go to Baltimore, Maryland, where we actually met Isaiah Bradley earlier. We met Isaiah Bradley, this is actually where we met Isaiah Bradley in the trailer, but yeah. And then, so it's possible that they might actually switch up Kamala's, where Kamala Khan lives current day. Like she might just live in Baltimore or something. So yeah, I don't know, but that could be possible though. And also, another reason why I think it's Kamala Khan is because they did say that she is going to show up somewhere else before her series. So that means that there's either two options. Number one, the reason why I'm ruling off Loki is because number one, Loki's a time travel show. So why on earth would Kamala Khan show up in there? And second of all, I think that if Kamala does not show up in Falcon and Winter Soldier, then she definitely shows up in Captain Marvel 2. But not only that, but she also shows up in Hawkeye. Most likely she shows up in Hawkeye. Because Hawkeye would be another grounded show, which would probably be the best possibility to put her in. But yeah, I did used to speculate on my own. Like, I never really made this, like, official. I used to think that Kamala might have showed up in WandaVision because of the whole New Jersey involvement, but that was proven wrong. Anyway, so yeah. So yeah, I do think that, I think that definitely what's going to happen is that Walker is going to fly off the edges. Now, another cameo I think that might be possible is actually Shuri from Black Panther. Shuri would be an amazing pair with Thor because number one, she has a great humor, and number two, she also is like way smarter than Thor. You see, Thor is someone who relies on magic and stuff like that, while and his powers and stuff like that. While Shuri is all about the big brains and smart stuff, you know. So yeah, obviously, if Shuri was involved, the only question is what could Shuri do? Number one, I think the first involvement could be Shuri might be able to make Bucky's arm a little bit more stronger, so then he can deal with the Flag Smashers and stuff like that. So yeah. Also, one detail that was also mentioned that I think I forgot about, and a lot of people did too, is that the writers did say that we were actually going to see features that Bucky's arm could do, which is kind of weird because we haven't really seen any of that. So I think in episode 5 and 6 we're probably gonna see that. But yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like weird that we never really saw that. The only ability that I can really count is the one where Bucky's arm fell off due to the pressure points that Io did on him, and that his arm fell off. That's not really an ability though. Like I was expecting more stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I think we might see more stuff that obviously. Now I think the reason why Kamala Khan might be the cameo is because she's probably a fan of the Avengers. Now, I think it's possible that that Falcon and Winter Soldier, they actually save a younger Kamala, or they save, or like I don't know, maybe like they actually save like a teenager. Maybe they actually save a teenage version of Kamala Khan, like a younger version of her, like not too young, but like younger, because she is a younger character. She is one of those younger characters. But yeah, so. Yeah, the last thing I want to talk about now before I end the video is the Power Broker. Now, the Power Broker has been a very secret identity, and nobody knows who he really is. The only thing we really know about him is that he's the king of Madripoor and that he's described as a he. He's known as a he for some reason. But yeah, he's just known specifically like as a he. So yeah, and he's also the king of Madripoor, and he like runs all these bars and stuff like that. Now, I think that the Power Broker is connected to the Mandarin, or maybe he's like a puppet to the Mandarin. Like the Mandarin might be like the number one, like at the top of the food chain, while pretty much the what's it called? Some of the other stuff, maybe, I don't know. Like for example, the Power Broker might be on a lower level in the 10 rings, while the Mandarin would be higher up that rank. But yeah. Because we might see, because remember, we're going to see lots of rankings and tournaments and stuff like that. Because Shang-Chi is going to be like a Bruce Lee fighter tournament. So you got to remember that. Anyway, also the Power Broker, we keep getting more foreshadowing of him showing up. Because the Power Broker said now, I will find you and end you. So now that doesn't really make any sense now. Anyway, I'm going to end the video now. Thank you guys for watching with this. These next few episodes are going to be amazing. And I just got this new app called Filmora, which means my videos should have better quality now. So yeah, hopefully I've still got to figure it out. Anyway, this is going to be amazing. We are definitely going to get lots of more stuff now. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.